Hello. My presentation is a problem solution about veganism being a more humane or ethical diet. So, pretty much I'm here to persuade about why being vegan and not eating animals will be a more ethical diet. We're going to start with animals are not food. Nearly all animals are raised for food in America today. So they're all put into warehouses and they live in dirty conditions and they're all crammed together and they're mutilated and they don't get painkillers. Um, let's see. So while there are environmental and health benefits as well to being as well with veganism, pretty much for this, I'm going to be using the fact that with a vegan diet or plant-based diet, the animals will have to suffer less because they won't be forced into these dirty warehouses and they won't be subject to pretty much a terrible life because animals feel pain and they feel as well. So they shouldn't have to be subject to these conditions. So pigs, when pretty much in the warehouses, they take pigs and they have them all stuffed together and they pretty much just fatten them up with whatever, and pigs pretty much eat slop. So when you're getting pig, you're for the most part getting the worst of the worst, and it's not good for your health because it clogs your arteries, and people that eat pork are more likely to get heart attacks, and they're crammed into these type of conditions and they're hung upside down where they are slaughtered, just torn down the middle, and the parts that are eaten they're taken out and they're sold to people that eat pork. And we're pretty much, and for the most part, people are not even informed that this is the lifestyle that their food lives before they're on the plate. So this is the life of a chicken. This is the life of a chicken that's being used for food. So they're pretty much cooped up into these really tight conditions, and their eggs, not only is it the chicken, it's also the egg harvesting. They're pretty much forced to lay eggs over and over and over again. And they don't get veterinary care or anything like that. They just force them all to have the eggs, and then they kill them. So factory farming is the main cause of animal suffering and animal abuse. The animals, they don't get welfare protection. So you could pretty much do whatever you want to do to them in these farms and nobody's going to get in trouble. And a lot of the cows, the chickens, the pigs, the fish, they're sick, they're contaminated. Some of them are drowned, and there's really no laws against what they do to these animals, and they still end up on people's plates to eat. So the energy that the animals are feeling, you also get some of that energy when you eat them. So they're stunned and they're hung upside down and they're decapitated. So that's pretty much the life that they live before they end up in our homes, on our plates, on our tables, and in our bodies. So the male chicks, they're killed like when they're 1 day old because they can't lay eggs. So, and they won't really gain weight really quickly, so they're just killed. So that's unfair. That's not a fair life. They don't even get a life because they're killed at 1 day old. And the fish. So the fish, they're just drug out of the water in these really huge football football field type nets, and they catch all kind of animals. Sometimes they get dolphins, sometimes they get sharks, sometimes they get turtles and whales in these nets, and they all have to die. They all die, they all get sick, and we eat them. Not the whales, not the dolphins. Some people do eat shark. I'm not one of those people, but some people do eat shark. But these shark, they die, and then we end up eating them, and it's just they suffer for no reason, pretty much. So yes, into the solution for the animals and their suffering. So pretty much the average meat eating person, they're going to be responsible for at least 7,000 animal deaths in a lifetime. So that's fish, that's pigs, that's chickens, that's pork, beef, chicken, anything like that. So whatever type of meat you could think of, that's pretty much 7,000 animals in a lifetime. So going vegan would be, eating a vegan diet would not also be more humane. You could also grow more food. So because there's no harm in eating plants. The plants, they don't die a shocking death, and they don't have that same energy that animals have when you eat them. So pretty much the land used to food and farming, it would decrease by 20 times. So it will be way less farms out there. And there's also the free farming where you let the animals live, and you're not so quick to kill them. And when they die, then if they're not sick, you can use them and you can still eat them. So pretty much it would save the environment, and it would save the animals to eat vegan. So yes, that's why eating vegan would be more humane, because it would save the animals from suffering and torture and just untimely deaths and just disrupting everything. Also, people make clothes. So going vegan doesn't a lot of people, they live vegan, they eat a plant-based diet. A lot of vegans, they also choose not to wear animal products like clothes made out of fur and things like that. So not only can you save animals from animal farms, you can also save them from being poached and killed to make products. So that's why a vegan diet and a plant-based lifestyle will be more humane than eating meat and supporting the torture and suffering of these animals. Thank you.